you, of course, you became the U.S. ambassador under President Bush, and you really came in really pretentious times in the middle of the whole 9/11, tragedy. So, what was it like to be the ambassador during this time with the conflicts in Afghanistan and then, of course, in Iraq?
Well, of course, the Holy See was a little more muted in its opposition to Afghanistan, but certainly they were quite vocal against their opposition to the second Iraq invasion. And as it turns out, they had some very good points to make. Many of their concerns have come true. Not that it meant that we shouldn't have invaded Iraq, but it has inspired the Sunni-Shiite civil war and increased the persecution of Christians. But so when I came in, one of my principal objectives for the administration was to mute criticism of the United States about Iraq, and I worked, hard to do that. Fortunately, we had a new Pope, Pope Benedict XVI, who had not been involved directly in the initial opposition to Iraq, and he was willing to kind of turn the page and, as he told me, work to bring peace and stability to Iraq, and I thought that was a real good sign that we could continue to focus on the other areas where the United States and the Holy See do work together.
And you did really point out a good point. The Catholic Church was right on this. Many religious groups were saying, that the danger in the Middle East is that, what little stability we have is going to be ripped away, and now we're struggling to kind of put the lid back on. And Pope Benedict really did, I think, a really good job of kind of figuring out, a way of balancing that. Is that the best way to explain his approach to that?
Yeah, and on the one hand, he said we're going to not criticize the United States directly for the past, but we're also going to criticize radical Islam and the use of religion as an excuse for violence, and push Islam to come into concert with modernity. And we can't just continue to act like it's the 12th century all over again. And nobody's spoken out as bluntly as Pope Benedict did